Hey, this is Rich with Elevate, and today's video I'm going to talk about some of the biggest mistakes that first-time SDRs make. I would say within the first 90 days to, the first 3 to 6 months on the job, that it's really important for them to understand if they want to have a long and successful career, considering that if you're going to do all this work to transition into the field or land the job, that's a lot of work for you to not be successful. So this is a page, I've taken it off of, as you guys can kind of recognize the format, it's actually from iBooks. I'm using a MacBook right now. And this is actually taken from the book $100 Million Offers in a video that I had just released earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about why this is actually so important for you to understand. One of the reasons why I recommended $100 Million Offers as a book that tech SDRs or tech salespeople should be reading in general is actually because it really goes down into what are all the reasons why somebody would say no to your offer? What are all the reasons why somebody is going to say no to what it is that you are selling that's going to stop you from making commissions that puts more money into your pocket, which is why you got into this racket in the first place, or why they don't want to keep on talking to you, or what's stopping you from setting this appointment for a closer, what's turning them off, what's putting them off, what's essentially what's stopping you from moving this forward into the process where you're going to take the money from the money that's in their pocket and ultimately putting it into your own pocket, right? There's about a few things you need to go ahead and consider. Number one is your service or your product offering the dream outcome of what this company actually wants? At the end of the rainbow, is it delivering it for them? I would say that most products, like a CRM, is getting a certain job done. If you were to consider our tech sales program versus somebody else's tech sales program, it's like you're taking a tech sales program to go out there and get a job, right? So when you're calling us, you want to know, how am I going to go ahead? And I really want you to think of this as the customer, because essentially speaking, if you're calling us, you are. But when you put yourself in their shoes, think about how it is that you want to be interacted. That's the same way the people that you're going to be cold calling, the people that you're going to be cold emailing, or even the people that after your company gets them, if you're an account executive or you're responsible for managing that account, this is how they want to be interacted. They don't want you to just take their money and feel like they got robbed, right? Are they delivering the dream outcome? Most products and services will deliver the dream outcome, except do they feel like that is going to help them? So think about it. When you're considering a tech sales program, you're thinking to yourself, okay, currently I'm coming out of real estate sales. Is your program going to help me get a tech sales job? Okay, this is a CRM. Is this CRM going to help me as a restaurant owner? Is this CRM going to help me as a digital marketing agency? Is this product going to help me in e-commerce? Or you're doing e-commerce, but you're doing e-commerce for something that's very specific. You are selling vitamins or you are selling baby apparel. Okay, is this going to help me in this specific instance that's going to be relevant to me? Let's just say you are a reservation app, right? If you think about it, we all know apps like OpenTable or Resy. You're booking an appointment for restaurants, for bars, lounges, clubs. I would argue that a Resy or OpenTable can get the same job done if you are booking an appointment for a haircut or you're booking an appointment for a massage. But there's another app for that. It's called Booksy. The person that I schedule my haircuts with, they use Booksy. So they want to know, is it relevant for them? And this is where I see a lot of salespeople, a lot of people in tech sales make the mistake. They're just like, oh yeah, like it's going to work. I know it works, like all these tech sales programs out there, and I know it's going to get a job, but is it going to get me a job, right? Me specifically. And this is actually where you have to speak to more of them as an individual and how they would go ahead and use the product. Think about it this way. You're on the other end now as a consumer. It's like, you don't care that we got, if you're in real estate right now, sales, right? You don't care that we got 100 other real estate agents a tech sales job, their first tech sales job in the last month. I mean, it helps, but the truth of the matter is, you care whether or not that's going to work for you. And this is actually where you have to get very specific. And I noticed this is actually where a lot of tech salespeople, they don't have those individualistic conversations. They just say, oh yeah, these 9 other businesses, it worked out for them and you're in the same space. It worked out for these 9 other gym owners and you're a gym owner. Okay, get more specific. How many of those gym owners were Pilates studios? Because I'm Pilates studio. 2. Do more research. Okay, a lot of tech salespeople, they don't want to. I don't know if it's a lack of laziness, but you got to be a little bit more intentional with how you operate your career. Do more research as if they're already a client for you, and you're gonna see your deal flow go through the roof. A lot of tech salespeople, especially first-time tech salespeople, they feel like I shouldn't. I don't have time to do research. It's much easier to close the people that's already in your pipeline than constantly adding new people into your pipeline, even though I'm not going to say that it's not important, because as a business owner, we're always adding new people into our pipeline too. But you need to go ahead and have more of those. The more they feel like they're just a number to you, it's very off-putting. The next level down is actually time delay. And it's, okay, it can help me achieve this result, but how much time is it going to go out there and take me? Because time is something that's very valuable for people, right? I know this because if you go ahead and you take a look at our YouTube channel, you can just see it right here. How long does it take to land your first tech sales job? Has 803 views. It has pretty much 2x. It's not I'm not giving away secrets here. You just go to YouTube Shorts, you go to Popular, and you're going to go out there and see it. People are very interested. It's okay, all these tech sales program can say it's going to get me a job, right? Well, we have a few competitors in our space, but you want to know, okay, 80-20 is always constant. It seems like we're obviously on the top tier of the space, but how long is it going to take me? That's the other thing people want to know. How long is it going to go out there and take me? There's a reason why right before the summertime, Men's Health always has something like 6 weeks, 6 packs for a hot sizzling summer. I don't want to take a year to get a 6-pack, right? If you're studying for the GMAT, trying to get your MBA, you have it's how to go out there and study for the GMAT for the next 30 days. How to learn how to be fluent in French in the next 6 weeks. People want things quickly and people want things fast. I think that's why one of our other videos that's actually how to find the right company is so important. I think this is also why your first job is so important, is because how quickly can the product or service that you're representing, how quickly can it deliver those results? If the customer, you could be the best salesperson ever, but if the company that you're going to sucks, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter, So this is actually why you need to be with a good company if you do your job, because what a lot of psychologists have figured out is people could be very engaged doing something for 90 days, less than 3 months, or 3 months on the dot. If it takes them more than 3 months, it's I know it works. I'm just not going to do it. That's why New Year's resolutions are so bound to fail. It's just because, and I don't even personally do New Year's resolutions anymore. I just do quarterly resolutions because it's just to think, wow, I have 1 day down. I got to do this for 364 more days. It's too much. You can't really do it. Most people just can't. They just can't. So the time, how much time is it going to go out there and take, right? And number 4, the effort and the sacrifice. Okay, how much work is it going to take? One of the hardest things, one of the most difficult parts about closing the sale is actually going to be the customer onboarding piece, right? Effort and sacrifice. Nobody wants to deal with effort and sacrifice. You see, on the company end, they feel the same way too, even in job hunting, right? It's we know, why do companies reach out to elevate, to hire our talent? is because they know if they hire talent that just applies to their job versus coming out of a program, it'll take them 30 to 45 days to get you up to par. Essentially speaking, right now, we do that part for them, and they know we deliver good talent. So it's like, yeah, we could spend 30 to 45 days to go out there and get you to be a little bit better than you are right now, or we can just reach out to a program directly and know that they're going to deliver us that talent because they don't want to do the work. Nobody wants to do more work than they have to. You don't want to do more work than you have to. We don't want to do more work than we have to. Company that's hiring, they don't want to do more work than they have to. The companies that they sell to, they also don't want to do more work than they have to, right? So anything that you can do to shorten that amount of time and minimize the effort to achieve the success outcome, that's what everybody wants. You want it too as a customer when you're considering a tech sales program. The companies that we deal with, they want that from us when they are hiring somebody. And the companies that you sell to, they want it when they purchase your product, when they purchase your CRM. One of the reasons why some of the other CRMs are crushing it or taking market share away from somebody like Salesforce that's been in the game for a long time is like, it's just easier to use. It's less effort and sacrifice because people aren't really trying to work that hard anymore. So every barrier is like why they would stop, what would stop themselves. You're on the same side of the racket. You're also thinking about like, okay, my dream outcome is to get a tech sales job, my first tech sales job for the most amount of money. How well is it going to work out for me right now? I'm a personal trainer. How well is it going to work out for me right now? I'm a life insurance agent. A rookie mistake is like, okay, these are all the life insurance agents. These are all the personal trainers that we worked with before. Okay, well, how long is it going to take me to get this job? Is it going to take a year? Is it going to take 8 months? Is it going to take 6 months? You can go with the program that's going to be able to deliver that in the fastest amount of time, shortest amount of time, right? And then how much work is it going to take for you? Does one program require more effort? Same thing. So when you go, and even I want you to start thinking about this, when you're negotiating your raise or you're trying to get a sales manager position, the company's thinking about it from that same, okay, we promote Jane over Tom for the new sales manager role. Can they deliver the dream outcome they're not using this verbiage, this is what's going through their head. They're like, what are their chances of delivering that dream outcome? What's the perceived likelihood that this person can actually make it in time, right? How long is it going to take them to be a good sales manager, right? How much effort is it going to take for me as a VP of sales or a head of business development to get you? How much work? A lot of times, like when you're in a high leadership position, you're also thinking about that too. Like, I know I can make Jane a very good sales manager. But with Jane, it's probably going to take me 4 months. But with Tom, it's probably going to take me 6 to 7. That's more work. That's more time, right? So think about that. In life, everything is a negotiation. You're always trying to convince somebody to say yes to you. So instead of thinking about how to get that person to say yes, it's so much easier to just think about all the reasons why they're saying no. And when you put yourself in the position of what are all the reasons why you would say no, you're going to realize it's not exactly rocket science. And your ability to go out there and engage, this is what's going to let you to move up and do the bigger deals and do the bigger transactions. And you're always going to be utilizing these skills, right? You're going to be in a sales manager position someday. There's going to be some people that you see that are real rock stars that it's like, hey, I think you have what it takes. There's going to be people that you are going to have to sell to, not only above you, but below you. You're going to have to get your team members to say yes. You're going to have to go ahead. Maybe you want to go out there and sell additional offerings to your existing customers. Hey, we just whipped out this really cool AI feature. You have to sell them to say yes. Sometimes you also have to, why I'm giving you guys so much context is this. Sometimes you're also going to have to help your customer, your client, you have to coach them on how to get whoever stakeholders they have to report to. Maybe it's their boss. Like, yo, Rich, if it was up to me, I get it. I would have bought this already from you. But you have to help me convince my boss to say yes to you. How do I do that, right? You're always convincing somebody to say yes. And even when they say yes to you, you might have to help them, coach them to get whoever they need to say yes, to get your yes, so you can put money into your pocket. So $100 million offers, and I mentioned in my previous video if you didn't get a chance to watch it, $100 million leads, but definitely never split the difference. These are books that you really want to go ahead and read up on, because this is always going to be the skill. And maybe the next thing that you're trying to get somebody to say yes to is getting them to say yes to give you that first job, giving them that yes so you can start closing deals instead of just setting appointments, right? That's why we not only help our students get the job, but we also help our students navigate the job, get promoted, move on to bigger and better opportunities, because we want you to be in a position to hire our future grads, which are part of your community in the first place. So, definitely help us create more success outcomes just like y'all. My name is Rich with Elevate. If you found any value in this video at all, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, schedule a call with us. We would love to go ahead and talk to you and help you navigate this crazy, lonely, and overwhelming process of getting your first tech sales job. Or even if you're in a sales career and you've kind of dabbled, like, should I go ahead and pivot over to tech sales? Hit us up. We would love to go ahead and talk to you. Talk to you very, very soon.